UFC 315. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
All right, I'm not going to lie. Going into this card, I did not think this was going to be very good, but I give this card a solid 8 out of 10. Fun finishes all throughout the card. The first fight of the night, we had Begzat Almakhan. I know I butchered his name, but it's right here. He finished Brad Katona in the very first round within the first minute and a half of the fight with an uppercut from hell, giving Brad Katona his first ever career finish loss. Bezmat, I don't know who he fights next, but he already went toe-to-toe with Umar Nurmagomedov, one of the best in the division. So I think his future ceiling is very, very high. Following that fight, Daniel Santos looked very good against the Korean Lee. I mean, Santos up a weight class. He did look like he didn't work out that much, but he was in great shape. He was able to go all 3 rounds and win all 3 rounds. Pretty convincingly, in my opinion. Good win for Santos. Does he drop back down to bantamweight? I don't know. Wherever he goes, I think he's going to do a pretty good job. The battle of fighters about to get cut from the UFC. We have Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. This fight lived up to what it needed to be. First round finish for Marc-Andre Barriault. It looked like he crushed that man's skull. I'm glad Bruno Silva's all right, and the stretcher thing was just protocol for the UFC. But Marc-Andre Barriault snaps his losing streak, and he is back into the finishing column. Who do you guys want to see the Canadian man fight next? Let me know. One of the prospects I was most excited for on this card was Mr. Navajo Sterling. He took on Ivan Ersaline, and this fight did not disappoint. Ivan Ersaline knows he's not getting put away. Absolutely knows he's not going to pay. How he survived that 3rd round, I have no idea. But Sterling looked good as ever. He still hasn't had a UFC finish yet, but I think it's coming. He hits way too hard. He is way too precise not to get a UFC finish here in the near future. But Navajo Sterling improves to 7-0, and I think his ride to the top is just now beginning. Who do you guys want to see Navajo Sterling fight next? Let me know. In the robbery of the night, we have Modestas Bukauskas versus Ion Cutelaba. How in the world do you get 30-27 in that fight? He literally got it outstruck by double digits. By double. And not by double digits, by double. Literally, the amount of punches that Bukauskas landed was less than double than what Ion Cutelaba landed. I know Cutelaba's strikes might not have been the most powerful strikes, but if you touch somebody often enough and you double up their punch count or strike count, it counts. It should absolutely count. I don't know how that happens on the UFC scorecard. But look at the judge's scorecard, 30-27. You didn't give Ion Cutelaba a round. That's insane. That's insane, dude. I'm going to be honest. The only round I thought Bukauskas won was the 3rd round. I thought he won that pretty convincingly. First 2, I thought Cutelaba had it wrapped up. I thought he was going to have to go in there and finish Ion Cutelaba in the 3rd round. He did not. He got a 30-27 on the card. That's insane. But what did you guys think about that decision? Let me know. Following that fight, Canada's very own Jasmine Judakevich was able to finish a former champion in Jessica Andrade by 1st round submission. Took her down, took her back, wrapped it up nice and clean. That girl is on track to be a very, very dangerous contender in the 125-pound weight class. Who do you guys want to see Judakevich fight next? I think Natalia Silva's fighting for a title next, so I think that rematch is not going to happen next. But somebody in the top 5 should be Judakevich's next fight. Who do y'all think gets it? Let me know. In the prelim main event of the night, we had Canada versus America. And I don't know why in the world Charles Radtke made it that way, because coming out of that fight, it does not look good for us Americans. Mike Mallet versus Charles Radtke. Mike Mallet putting hurt on that man in his hometown in Canada, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. Those follow-up shots that he landed on an unconscious or barely protecting himself, Charles Radtke was vicious. Absolutely vicious. He didn't miss. It was bang, 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 bang. He did not miss any of those. And I don't know why they stood Radtke up as soon as he got knocked out like that. I'm glad they sat him down on a stool soon after. But Mike Mallet, I'm back on the hype train. I'm back on the hype train. I hopped off when you gassed against Neil Magny the last time he was in Canada. Well, not even the last time he was in Canada. Versus Neil Magny when you gassed down the 3rd round. I was off the hype train. I thought you was washed. I thought you was done. But everybody needs a loss. I know that was his 2nd loss, but everybody needs a loss, and he bounced back really, really well from that Neil Magny loss. Who do you guys want to see Mike Mallet fight next? Let me know. Opening up the main card, we had Mwan St. Denis versus Kyle Propolek. First round was kind of blah, but Benoit said he was just listening to his coaches, trying to get some time in the octagon. I can't blame him because in the second round, he pretty much dominated. And the exchanges on the feet to on the ground when he got the finish by arm triangle. Benoit St. Denis, I wish they would have gave him somebody that was actually good. I'm not going to say Kyle Propolek's no good, but to be on the opening part of the main card and you wasn't even in the UFC or scheduled to fight in the UFC anytime soon, and you just got this call up because Joel Alvarez dropped out. It is what it is. Benoit St. Denis looked okay in that fight, but it is what it is. What did you guys think about that performance? And probably the shocker of the night, we have a new #1 contender in the women's flyweight division. We had Natalia Silva versus Alexa Grasso. Some people said she was running. That's not running. That is definitely not running. Just because she was moving a lot in the octagon doesn't mean she was running. She was landing a lot too while she was going side to side. And Alexa Grasso just couldn't plant her feet and throw the hands like she wanted to. She couldn't get a hold of Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva looked like she did get into a fight after the fight. And it is what it is. Natalia Silva is going to be very, very difficult for Valentina Shevchenko because I do think that's the next fight for Shevchenko if she doesn't get the super fight against Weili, which I won't be mad at either. But what do you guys think happens? Let me know. In a fight that retired one of the UFC's best ever, we had Jose Aldo versus Amian Zahabi. Zahabi, how in the world did he survive that third round? I have no idea. I have no idea. That third round burst from Aldo that lasted about 30 to 45 seconds. It then absolutely gassed Aldo was insane. He got punted in the face twice by Aldo, one of the strongest kickers the UFC has ever seen. But besides that, the decision part, I wasn't too mad about it. I thought Jose Aldo won the first 2 rounds, but it is what it is. And the third round, it was up for grabs. Oh, like I said, Jose Aldo completely blitzed him in the first half of the third round. Then he gassed at the 3-minute mark. And after he gassed, Zahabi went to town. Zahabi absolutely hunted that man down, and Jose Aldo was hanging on by a thread at the end of the fight. So visually, I can see why the judges would give it to Zahabi. I'm not too mad about that. In the co-main event of the night, we have Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. A lot of people were saying Manon Fiorot was just bigger, stronger, faster, and punches harder than Valentina Shevchenko, and we didn't see it. We didn't see any of that. I mean, the woman that got the knockdown was Valentina Shevchenko off of a jab. I want to say in the 3rd or 4th round. And outside of that, Valentina was sticking to our game plan. Manon Fiorot just couldn't hit her clean. She couldn't catch her and put her in any type of danger. The entire fight, Valentina Shevchenko had a beautiful performance against Manon Fiorot. Some people say her hardest title challenger to date. And what do you guys think about the fight? I think Valentina looked damn good in it, and I don't think she's over the hill just yet. In the main event of the night, we have Remember the Name Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena, hats off to you. Hats off to you. Fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. Some people are saying that Belal Muhammad couldn't get the takedown, wasn't trying to take him down. He was trying. He was definitely trying to take him down. I mean, look at the stats. He's not like he didn't try to take that man down. He just couldn't do anything with it at all. JDM had a fantastic game plan the entire fight and absolutely did what he needed to do. His boxing looked phenomenal. I mean, that time he went into a flow state. I don't know what round that is, but that was beautiful to see. Footwork was on point and all of that. Why in the world did Belal Muhammad not try to take him down earlier? I don't know. Maybe a little bit earlier when it was drier. That might would have helped. I thought Belal Muhammad would have a great time or easy time taking down Jack Della Maddalena, and he did not. JDM looked fantastic, and we have a new welterweight world champion, and his name is JDM, and he comes from the land down under. Fantastic fight, fantastic night of fights. What did you guys think about it? What was your favorite fight of the night? What was your least favorite fight of the night? What was your what the hell moment of the night? Let me know down below in the comments, and like always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.